Congratulations to the Baylor basketball team and Coach Drew for winning the national championship against Gonzaga and having an excellent season that finished with a dominant performance in the national championship game. And while watching this game, you could notice one of the point of emphasis for Baylor offensively was to attack Gonzaga in ball screens. So let's go through this film breakdown and understand why Baylor was very successful offensively against Gonzaga, especially in ball screens. So you can see it starts with this guard to guard ball screen where they get a switch. Now they're going to set a step up screen. And at this point right here, it looks like Kisper's job is either to go over or under. If he's going under, then to meet the ball handler on the other side. If you do go under, that's allowing a quick turn the corner three right here, or it's allowing a sit behind three right there. Or you wedge over top and Timmy's in a drop coverage, so he's in a deep drop basically at the restricted circle almost, or at the paint, which is giving up a mid-range jumper, but you would have to fight over top or wedge over top and then get a rear view contest. But he ends up going under, and then they try to get a late switch. Now, one of the issues with going under Baylor's guards or allowing a turn the corner dribble pickup three is they have two guards that are going to be top 15 picks in the NBA draft that can both really shoot. And Baylor's been one of the best shooting teams from the three-point range all season. So he steps right into this three, gets a comfortable look to start the game to get him up 7-0. And you're going to see a lot of Mitchell and Butler throughout this film edit. They've been excellent all season. You'll also see Baylor run this weave action a lot to get into a spread pick and roll. Here they go throw and chase action, so he gets it back. Now you can see Gonzaga is going to go over and wedge over top. And when they do, Timmy's at the nail right here, and he's moving up towards the screen. If you're moving up towards the screening action and try to get to the level while the ball handler has already turned the corner, that's going to allow him to get downhill, see the screener's defender coming up, and then he can make one quick move to either evade the screener's defender, or he can make a move and a counter move, but it has to be quick. And either way, it's going to evade the screener's defender, and watch exactly what Butler does here. Boom, boom, inside out cross, open step, slide by, finish. Here we are again, the weave into spread pick and roll right at the top of the key. He turns the corner. You can see Timmy's right here at the nail again. He's going to try to stab up, but when you're in drop coverage as a screener's defender, one of the reasons you play drop coverage, you're giving up a contested mid-range jumper, like I said, but you're also trying to play the ball screen coverage with two players. So the primary on-ball defender and the screener's defender. You don't want anybody else in the action. But if you're going to do that, then when he's dropping back, he has to stay between the basket and the roller. He has to stay in front of both. If he allows the roller to catch at the level or basically in front of the screener's defender, so if he's able to catch it at the level or past him and finish, then that's not how you play drop coverage. He catches it right at the level and can go right, left stride and then finish with his right hand right at the rim. Next, Gonzaga is going to switch the coverage and they're going to attempt to hedge. Now, when you hedge right here, who is responsible for tagging the roller is the question. And if the roller is going to roll with no tag, then that he's going to be open for a dunk eventually, or a pocket pass for a layup. But if he does get a tag, who is tagging? So Kisper right now is basically in the middle. So he's not attached to Butler, who's a really good shooter and a really good player. And he's not committing to high tag early to basically take away the roll and to be able to get back to the lift or the shake. And that allows a shake up wide open three to a good player and a good shooter. Now watch again. So same hedge coverage here. He goes all the way out, 2 steps above, But who is tagging the roller? No one is. They're attached to Butler now. So wide open for a dunk. Top of the key ball screen, they're going to force a switch. He's going to drag it out, force a switch. Now, I've heard this called boomerang action, where you basically throw it and then they quickly throw it back to the guard, and then the guard attacks the switch or the mismatch. And that's exactly what Baylor does. Gets outside the hips. And now once he steps up, you see this common in the NBA, but once he steps up, the rotating help defender, it's now the primary on-ball defender's job to peel back to take away this pass, but they don't do that, and that allows a layup. Next, they're going to be in a wedge drop again. So you can see he tries to stab right here, but he's just going to cross it over, split through, draws the help that is looking at him, and gets a nice pass to the dunker spot for a layup. Now watch the eyes of Butler here. His eyes is looking off the help defender because he thinks he's going to pass it to basically the other side, the other short corner or dunker's spot, who's coming in quickly for a catch and a dive at the rim. But since he's looking off the help defender right here, he has someone open on the block too. And then gets a foul and gets to the free throw line. This is an excellent ATO from Baylor. Okay, so it's going to end up being in a ball screen. Dribble handoff. They get confused on this switch. So they have two on the ball. Now, Gonzaga is in a drop coverage again. They're trying to drop back, but once again, there's no tag. And he's going to get below the drop. And once he gets below the drop, like I said previously, he's going to be wide open for a lob or a pocket pass dunk. Now, this may be a legal screen, but it was not called. But you can see Baylor also does a great job of screening. They're very physical and they screen. So now Timmy's at the level of the screen. And it seems like by his first steps, he's going to end up wanting to drop. But since Gonzaga's on-ball defender gets knocked down, he has to help right here. And just another great pass because he looks off. Watch the eyes of Butler again. He's looking off. He looks here to Teague and then throws the pass to the roller for another layup. In this example here, Baylor is going to force the switch. And now they're going to attack the switch. And they had a lot of success attacking downhill against Gonzaga. Gets fouled there in the bonus, so they get to the free throw line. Now, progression one in every ball screen. Reject the coverage. So watch Mitchell here. He's going to try to reject. Bounce it out, reject it again, gets a quick roll layup. So you can see in this last clip of a ball screen progression here from Baylor, you can see Jalen Suggs is pointing where he wants to send the ball handler. But if you're going to do that, you have to angle the ball handler there. If you just play him square and straight up and allow him to go either way, then Butler's just going to reject it like he does here and gets right downhill for a foul. And Baylor was successful all night and had a great game plan for attacking Gonzaga's defense. They wanted to attack them in ball screens consistently and constantly, and that's one of the reasons they were successful and had a dominant performance in the national championship game.